Last summer, I moved out of Ottawa and I moved to a new city into a beautiful townhome that I absolutely loved. I was so excited about it. Had a big, beautiful rooftop patio, and I was just loving life. Not long after moving in there, I started to get to feel really strange. I started to get extremely high strung, and I didn't really know why that was happening. You know, I'm an entrepreneur, I work for myself. There's times when we can feel very stressed out or overwhelmed. I just kind of chalked it up to that, you know, big life changes, moving. Maybe I'm just stressed because of what's going on in life. So at some point through all of this, I ended up coming down with a throat infection. My immune system was very depleted, and I was prescribed antibiotics. As soon as I started taking the antibiotics, I went into 12 days of a very intense vertigo. Couldn't open my eyes in the morning, couldn't function at all, and I was in a complete fog. I didn't even know how to get myself the help that I needed. Since I was living in another city, I couldn't go visit Adele in person as I had in the past. So I called her and gave her my symptoms over the phone, and she performed a remote session on me. At the close of the remote session, we got back on the phone and she said, "Samantha, you are completely contaminated with black mold." And I was absolutely shocked. I had no idea that there were no signs of mold in my house. I had no idea that these symptoms of stress and this vertigo could have came from something like black mold, because there was absolutely no visible signs of mold contamination in my home. So I hired a professional company and they came in and tested the air, and it turns out there was actually a deadly amount of black mold in my home, actually over 20 times the safe, you know, anything that's safe to be in a home. So me and my daughter were actually being poisoned over the course of 4 months, and those antibiotics basically killed all of my defenses, and I had been completely overcome with mold. I would recommend Adele to anybody who's dealing with a complex range of symptoms or has a prolonged health problem that they're just coping with and they're not actually haven't been able to heal yet. What I've understood in working with Adele is that our bodies are really meant to feel good, and we're meant to have well-being. And if we are not experiencing well-being, then there's a reason. And Adele is absolutely incredible at finding out what that reason is and helping you figure out what needs to be done to resolve it and to feel amazing.